Hey, I'm Cornelis, and this is Your Band is a Business. Today I'm going to talk about a new TikTok strategy that I'm trying out, and after that, I will talk about everything else I'm doing in order to promote my music. So, TikTok, I still haven't cracked it, but I've recently been inspired by some artists that are getting some traction, increasing their monthly listenership quite a lot with quite simple strategies. There is an artist called Pacific, and on TikTok, they've been posting uh, just a photo with a caption. Perhaps it's a funny idea that they had or something related to the song, and their music is playing over that picture, right? And that's it. They've simply been posting that several times a day for 6 months, 9 months, whatever it is, and they've been able to increase their listenership from 10,000 monthly listeners to over 100,000 monthly listeners. Credits to Jesse Cannon, by the way, who is one of these music marketing gurus, but he's a good one in my opinion. He has some really good advice, and he found this artist and pointed it out. So all credit to him for letting me know about this artist called Pacific. So anyway, I thought, okay, what if I have this a piece of simple baseline content that I can post every single day. So no matter what, I have something to post. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to try other types of content and experiment, but at least I have something. I don't have any excuse not to post something. So what I've been doing, if you've been following me on my artist accounts, Cornelis Gerard Official is my TikTok account. I have been posting really simple videos. So what I do is I find an empty carriage on the tube, which the tube is the underground train here in London. I find an empty carriage and then I set up my phone on the other side of the carriage, and I take a video of myself just sitting there stoically looking at the camera of my phone, right? And I I film like a minute long, whatever it is, and for TikTok, then I take a small section of that, 8 seconds to 12 seconds long, and that's it. I add a caption, so something that is maybe related to the song, a thought I had that again is somewhat related to the topic of the song, and that's it. And I've just been posting that every single day. And the way that I do it, by the way, is when I'm filming, I often wear layers, and the way that I do it is I, I start recording, and after 15 seconds, 20 seconds, I take off one of the layers. I take off my sunglasses, for example, so that I have a different look. And again, sit there for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, take off another layer, 20 to 30 seconds. And that way, I've got three or four different types of outfits on. And because every couple of days I'm riding the tube, right? Uh, Over time, I'm collecting a whole bunch of videos where I'm dressed slightly differently. So I'm going to be doing this all summer, and that way I will have a huge library of videos to choose from. Now, in terms of the results, in the beginning on TikTok, I was getting maybe 700, 800, 900 views, and sometimes a comment or two, which was nice. Now, I have to be honest, over the past couple of days, something has happened because I've crashed back to 200 to 300 views, and I thought I had escaped the 200 view jail for a couple of months ago, but maybe something's changed in the algorithm. I don't know what it is. Uh, but I should say that on YouTube, on the whole, the results have been better. I've been seeing between 1,000 and 2,000 views. So maybe it's a different audience. Maybe the quality of the views on YouTube is not as good. Who knows? But I'm not going to give up straight away just because I've got a few days of 300 views or 400 views or whatever it is. I'm going to stick with it because I think this is a piece of content that I know I can do every single day. As I said, I'm starting to build up a library of video footage that I can just find an 8 second, a 10 second, a 12 second portion of, and then it's all about coming up with a caption or or something that I hope can grab people's attention, and that's something that I can experiment with and learn to get better at. Now, uh, as I said, I don't want to. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do any other content. This is just going to be the baseline content that I post every day on TikTok and all the other short form video platforms. On top of that, I want to post image carousels. At the moment, I'm just doing a single image again with a caption, but I would like to do 2 or 3 images so that you get that scrolling, or how do you say it, side to side sliding action from the users, because that keeps people that increases the viewing time or whatever it is. But again, I got started with the minimal approach, just a single picture, a single caption, but I want to gather all the images that I have in various folders and just organize it so that I've got something to pick out. And I will try to stick to a small selection of images, because from what I've seen, the example that I gave earlier of the artist, the band artist Pacific, they pretty much post the same kind of image every single day. It's basically the top half of their head with enough space for a caption above them. So if you go on my TikTok profile on my artist profile on TikTok, you'll see what I've been doing, and it's just a way to get started. But I will experiment until I find something that I think or that seems to be working best. Yeah, and on top of that, I would also like to post acoustic performances. So me just sitting, whether it's on my sofa here or outside, now that the weather is nice in the UK, I would like to do that as well. So I will add acoustic performances to the mix as well. But as I said, the baseline every day is going to be this really simple footage of me sitting on the tube, and that way I know, well, I don't have any excuses. I have something to post every day, and I'm going to continue to do it well for at least the next until the end of the year. That's okay. Let me say that I will do this every day until the end of 2025. Okay, so what else is going on with me? Well, in previous videos, I spoke about having my song on some playlists by using SubmitHub, and what I've done is I've gone back to the playlists that added my song. I went back to those curators and I said, oh, by the way, if you liked that previous song, then maybe you will like this other song of mine, which is a song called A Dose of Truth. And 4 or 5 of those curators took me up on that offer, and they indeed added this other song of mine. So I could see from the Spotify listens that they were kind of trending downwards again. So I assumed that my the previous song, Passion is Aggression, was being pushed down the playlists or was being removed. So I thought, okay, now's a good time to go back to those curators and say, hey, I've got this other song. So now 4 or 5 is only a couple, obviously. It wasn't as successful as the previous one, but it's better than nothing. So I'm happy for that. So currently I'm sitting at around 400 and what is it, 425 monthly listeners, and the peak a couple of weeks ago was just over 500. So it's going to be interesting to see whether I can stay roughly at this number of listeners, or if it will continue to trend down. To what extent is my social media activity going to be able to compensate for not being on those playlists? We'll see. We'll see what happens. And let's see what else is going on. So I have a gig with my band on the 31st of May in East London at a pub called The Castle. It's part of a festival, so it's a 3 day or 4 day event. If you get a ticket for my gig, you get a wristband and you get to go to all the different venues and see all the different bands for the entire long weekend. So that is pretty exciting. My band, we are performing at what is it, 10 to 9, I think it is. So it's a good evening slot on Saturday night. So I'm excited about that. And other than that, I have some acoustic shows booked for the summer, but I haven't yet booked any more summer gigs. So that is something for the band. So that's something that I want to look into. And other than that, I'm also working on new music. So I went to Lithuania again to record some vocals because we changed the key of the song, so I had to re-record the guitars, re-record the vocals, and that song is being mixed at the moment. And also, my friend Leo, he's going to be adding some drums to that as well in a couple of weeks. So the next single is in the works, and after that I have two more singles of this mini project that I will be working on, and then there's another song that is still in the works. So yeah, I've got music in the pipeline coming out over the coming months. As well as that, I also want to start doing collaborations with people. So that's something that I feel I'm ready for now, because I have my own catalog, as it were, of well, currently it's 21 songs. So by the end of the year, it'll be 25 or 26 songs, and I'm going to be releasing live recordings as well. So I feel confident that I have a good catalog of my own original music, which means that I'm now comfortable to start doing collaborations. And these collaborations, I don't want to be too precious about them. Of course, I want them to be as good quality as possible, but I want to see them as experiments and musical sketches, as it were. So that's something that I'm definitely interested in doing, and I think that's going to be a good way to expand my audience swap with other people, right? So because their audience will be introduced to me and my audience will be introduced to them. So I think that's going to be something very interesting to do. Okay, that's my update for today. Let me know in the comments what's going on with your music, how you're promoting it, so that we can all learn from each other. I'll speak to you guys next time.